Up until yesterday, this game would have been a part of our reported section because it never came out in the US. I'm Andrew Reiner, everyone. We're playing Vib-Ribbon. It just came out on PlayStation Network, and it never made it to America and was originally a PlayStation 1 game. I have a lot of people here who want to see this today. Kyle Hilliard is here.
Yeah, we're just all here to spectate mostly. We're just all curious about this.
And you're playing, right?
Tim's playing. Who's here? Sorry, I stole your introduction.
That's Tim Turi.
Oh, wow, this is really charming.
Ben Hanson is here.
Hi, this looks like Fantasia from 1981.
I went to How to Play because I don't think anyone knows about this game, so...
And Jeff Cork.
Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's harmonize.
That's Vibri is his name.
It's a lady, Kyle.
Oh,
That's what Wikipedia taught me.
Oh, okay.
Blew it.
This is also one of those games that I've just heard about for years and years, and it always looked bizarre. I always compared it to Irritating Stick in my mind, probably incorrectly. So I'm really excited to see what it actually plays like.
I see the Irritating Stick comparison as well.
Yeah, but that's your nickname for Kyle.
Wait,
I
this
have a
is,
lot of nicknames.
is this one where you'd put in a CD?
Yeah,
Do we have that?
we do have CDs, yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, you can actually play the custom soundtrack, but if we want to put it in a game soundtrack later, we can do that. But I imagine this game's soundtrack's pretty good.
Plus, I mean, we want to see how it works first, I think, before we start throwing all kinds of crazy tracks at you.
Are you actually playing, Tim?
No.
Oh, really? So you press down to walk over a pit?
I think it's...
Oh, gosh.
So R is loop-de-loop, left is jumping over a hump.
This has
Axis
like that
waves. Oh my
squiggly
gosh.
Dr. Katz first season of Home Movies
Movies,
look
yeah,
to
yeah.
it that's really uncomfortable. Oh,
I
gosh.
don't like this guy.
I just don't-
He's hamming it up.
Oh, and then he explodes.
Oh, God, what is it?
So this is the same creator as your beloved Parappa the Rapper, Quirk. And I call him Rapper.
Yeah.
That's the actual title. It's rapper. It's not rappa.
I think it's Rappa.
Oh,
no.
This is complicated.
That's Masura, right?
I believe so. Also, I just looked him up on Wikipedia to see what he's been up to lately, and the last game he made was an adventure game for the 360 that uses the Kinect called Haunt. Do you guys
Yeah.
remember this?
Yeah.
I don't remember it at all. Was it good?
No.
Oh, apparently Tim Schafer's a voice in it, so I'd probably love it, but
You should buy it.
okay.
What was the
All
other
right.
game we were just talking about before we started, Jeff Cork?
Major, minors,
Majestic March.
Another just really great classic that people love, right?
People never stop talking about it.
Uncontested.
on the Wii.
Up there with Mad Maestro. It really is.
I think... Let's see.
All right, Tim, are you ready? I think you're ready.
Maybe.
You've got it all figured out.
Have some confidence, man. You can do this.
Oh, gosh.
Man.
You're our
this-
hero.
Can we...
This is developed by Nanon Shah,
Lips.
Yeah.
and it came out in Japan on December 12th, 1999.
What do we want to play with?
I think we choose their music.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's such a bold choice to make such a weird, stark, black and white game on the PS1. Or almost black and white, apparently.
It didn't come here in an age when everything came out here.
Well, I mean, if you're in charge
So
of
far, so good.
if you're in charge of localization, you just see this game in action for 10 seconds. You're like,
This is
nope,
just like Sonic.
I quit.
I cannot market this in any way, shape, or form.
Is this it?
No, I think that's just the V pitch that you do the thing over, right?
Well, back in the day, this would have been, what, a $60 game?
Yeah, I suppose so. 50, whatever it was back
I think
then.
they're like 50.
How much did you buy it for, Kyle?
Today $4.99 or $5.99.
Is that a PS Plus deal right now?
No, that's just the regular price, $5.99.
Oh my gosh.
I certainly don't remember how to get over the spike pits.
It's okay. Maybe there won't be any more of them.
Are you above?
As one literally appears on screen.
Jump!
Is that
Okay,
the
well,
globe
that's not
below us? Is that what's going on? Like you're in space?
I think so. I think I see a little star flying around in the background there.
Where's that reading rainbow?
I don't
Don't
feel
trust me.
great.
Trust them. All right, Tim, you got this, right?
So what's going on the top of the screen? We got some symbols. Is that a score?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, he's doing.
Or is that telling you what to hit? No.
No,
I think it's shaking because I'm blowing it, right?
Yeah. Now you're. A
Oh,
frog.
my gosh.
You're a frog now.
Well, naturally.
You've been vibbed.
Oh, I like that little cartwheel.
That's cool.
What's the timing like, Tim?
You gotta do it right before the obstacle.
And then
It
the bottom has to be like this is how far you've gone in the stage, I guess.
Could be
must-
progression.
Kyle, it has to.
There's nothing else it could
And
be.
Kyle, what do those pink dots in the background represent then?
That's your watch. If you're curious what time it is.
Dumb.
Naturally.
Digital,
It's
analog.
going counterclockwise.
And
So-
Cork, you walked down the aisle to this song, didn't you?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was kind of a trot. But,
Did you have obstacles in place that you had to leap over and do cartwheels over as well?
an uncle. Done a little pre-gaming. But
Cork has a prosthetic leg because of the spikes.
Are you still a frog?
Yeah, Cork, are you still a frog?
yeah, the curse is still in place.
Oh, God. The hairiest frog.
I'm sure that using your own music is just a wonderful, flawless experience, too.
Exactly.
But it looks really great. And
This is difficult. Oh, I can't remember what any of the buttons are.
Max Headroom is a worm.
Oh, my God.
Your TV snake.
a TV snake. It looks like a camera.
I don't remember what the spikes are.
We can jump back to the training thing if you don't make it through this.
Oh.
But it's the first level. You can make it through this.
Spikes are down. Or
Should we have someone else play? Nothing against you, Tim.
I'm just gonna say,
Yeah.
dead.
either you can stick with me, and I think I'll get better.
Yeah.
I trust him.
Do you guys remember
I go
which
with
one is
Tim.
to
Do you
jump over the spikes?
I think down is jump over the spikes.
Let's
no,
try
that
it
was
again.
that was to walk across the pit.
Do you want to look at training? We can write down exactly what what buttons.
That sounds
do it.
that sounds great.
Let's
All
get
right,
the full experience.
Let's take another look at this. We're taking this seriously.
We're a good team.
We're taking notes. Like, this is how crazy it's getting in here.
This game is
This is intense.
Well, look at. I mean, I don't. How closely were you guys paying attention to
Not very.
what those instructions were?
I was more just charmed by the character design.
Which is definitely something that was at direct competition with me learning how to play this game. Look at this. This makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that I have you guys with me here reading.
You need
this
to lower
at the
your
same
tone,
time.
first of all,
Yeah.
Tim.
What do you
Don't get
mean?
so upset.
You're sounding really
Just look at it! Guys!
Vib-Ribbon!
Pay attention to this. So this is left.
How can
This
you
is
like
left.
that character design? He's a crappy rabbit.
What? Are you listening to this?
I like him.
I want to hang out with that guy.
He sounds a lot like...
She
sounds a lot like KK Slider. And anybody that closely resembles KK Slider is okay in my book.
Dumb Pac-Man head, whatever.
So yeah, you can bring yourself back. Okay.
only 4 buttons.
Only 4.
That's it. It takes an idiot to forget
So
this.
maybe I was hitting the wrong one for spikes then. This is left.
triangle.
Left is the mantle.
Yep.
You'd think it was triangle based on this tutorial.
So it's like you turn the L upside down, and that's the obstacle that you use.
Oh, you're just making it more complicated. Okay.
pit is down.
What about Dark Pit?
Is that triangle where you need to hit the button?
It's like right before it.
Huh.
This is R.
Okay.
So X must be spike pits, and I was just getting the timing completely wrong because you have to do it like the very last second.
It's a wave.
Yeah, it's a waveform,
Okay.
Tim.
All right, I got it.
All right, there's your notes, Tim. Is that good?
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Can
Kyle.
we put that on the television?
Can we just
Can
show
you
that
write it
for
bigger?
Can we show it for the rest of the entire episode?
just have it in the corner of the screen. Just superimpose it in there.
Hey, Cork.
Yeah.
You're a Kervonnegut fan, right?
Kervonnegut? Yeah.
Kervonnegut?
I love Kervonnegut.
He has changed the way I look at Asterisk forever, and the idea of this loading screen is
Breakfast
really...
of Champions?
Yes.
Is that
Like
what
where
that
he
is?
has his own little drawings.
Yeah, look it up, kids.
Talk about where it looks like a butthole.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Vib-Ribbon, everybody.
I have some trivia here on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It says the game was initially an advertisement for the Mercedes-Benz A-Class car.
What?
Yeah?
Who are they trying to advertise it to? Maniacs?
People who may care about this character, like Ben Hanson.
I think this is just the age where any sort of 3D model blew people away. The age that crappy commercials are still stuck in, I believe, where it's like the weird nostril squirt bee flying around. There's so many super crappy...
Antonio Banderas?
Yes.
The Antonio Banderas
There's so
bee?
many commercials where there's like the General Carpet King, and it's just some crappy looking 3D animated character from 1998 trying to sell you a carpet.
Isn't that a local ad?
It might be. I'm not sure.
I have to say the Nazen XB has evolved in a really pleasant way because when you first saw him, it looked like one of those introductory, hey, do you want to make video games? Just
Exactly.
a complete disaster.
Yes.
And it was like a national ad campaign.
I believe
Want
it's
to point
pronounced-
out my crown and cape?
Tim's a fairy. Look at him.
Pass the controller, they said.
I believe it's pronounced
I'm the king.
Nasonex.
Oh, this might get tricky.
I believe in you, Tim. Remember the L button. Oh, he does a little cool
Yeah, you got
hop
it.
on the top.
He smashes it.
Oh, boy.
What else did you learn on that Wikipedia thing, Reiner?
That's it.
All right. Also, you have a big phone.
Yeah, I have the iPhone 6 Plus.
No one likes a bragger.
I highly recommend it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
replaced my iPad.
What's the plus stand for? Plus what?
You get discount on PlayStation games.
Plus size phone?
Plus awesomer phone.
So, and all the levels are this just like black and white, right? Like we never see any colors other than black.
It
white,
would
and
be
I guess green
amazing.
and yellow.
Maybe they do something where like the final level
It
is
just explodes.
Yeah, that'd be so satisfying, wouldn't
kind
it?
of like
It'd be the most satisfying thing.
I guess it's a little bit a spoiler. Apologies, but Rez kind of does that.
Oh, does it really?
It gets really crazy.
The Area 5 level. Yeah, the whole video production company named their whole company after that level, which I'd love to see at some point.
Was that a flawless run again?
I don't know.
Wow.
Turns out Tim's good at video games.
I think the tempo's picking up. This is like a Pink
Is
Floyd
this it?
song.
Is this like, oh, so you think you're good at Vib-Ribbon?
Ribbon.
The symbols up top are changing.
I wonder what's making them change.
I think it's like a combo, right? Because they turn into 3D objects as Tim does better.
They just look like a cereal.
Like Lucky Charms or something.
Yeah.
Been tweeting a lot about cereal lately, Hanson.
Oh, that's because I have the world's most sensitive stomach, and so I couldn't drink milk, and then I discovered this beautiful thing called almond milk.
It's the best.
It's so good, and it doesn't upset my stomach, and so I just bought as much cereal as I could and just ate, like, literally 4 bowls a day to the point that, like, my mouth was rotting away because I just had super rough cereal, and it would, like, you know,
The roof of your
mess
mouth
up the roof of your
was
mouth.
in a lot of trouble.
What kind of cereal are you eating? What do you like?
Razor blades?
Oh, raisin blades.
That's General Mills Raisin Blades.
Yeah.
That's right. No, it's a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch knockoffs. Also,
Wait. You're not paying top dollar for real Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Get the good stuff, man.
If you want to give me a raise, Papa,
Yeah,
I'll
Papa.
give you 50 cents.
Yeah.
Papa cereal.
that'll do. Also, Honey Nut Cheerios, they have like a mixed cluster thing now, which is really good. It has all these different types within it. But Vib-Ribbon's much more important than my mouth.
I would just like to say
single.
I really like Chris Spick's.
He does look like he belongs on a cereal box, like Trix.
I can see that. Is this a language? Is it English?
It's the music of the Frog Fairy people.
I started
That's
actually
English.
paying attention to the music, which helps.
Yeah.
I think, I was just trying to play the game to the sound of Ben Hanson's ramblings about having a sensitive stomach and can't eat cereal.
Yeah. You're
without
gonna be a
almond
really
milk.
good dad when your kids call on the phone and you can just tell them all about your latest maladies. It's gonna be fantastic.
I got
way
a
to
story. You're gonna
pass
laugh.
some time.
You're gonna laugh.
You're gonna laugh.
That's
This
our standard
weather.
anecdote.
Blob.
I have another tidbit for you.
Give it.
In 2012, the game was collected for an exhibit on video games by the Museum of Modern Art.
The MoMA?
Collected? Is that... Did they do anything with it? Or they're just like, we're just gonna throw this away?
Yeah, they probably threw it away.
It's really cool, though. I like this game. I would have been into this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Vib-Ribbon's animation is like really good. It's probably because
Yeah.
it's such like a limited character. Like they didn't really have to, worry about details too much. So her movement is really
What's her name?
fluid and nice. Vib-Ribbon.
And that's also all you have to look at.
Yeah.
So they knew where to put their money.
Yeah.
It's up there, but not quite at the level of Heart of Darkness's animation, which is the best animation on the PS1, I would argue. If anybody has a challenger, I'd love to hear it.
No challenger.
I'm sure there was
No
there
contest.
was a Dragon's Lair
Who
port
won?
on PlayStation 1 probably, right?
A what?
Dragon's Lair?
Well, I don't know if I really want to count that. Yeah.
That's my favorite Super Smash Brothers call.
Speaking of Super Smash Brothers, I really wish that they would have released this and it actually got some momentum right before they made PlayStation All-Stars, because Vib-Ribbon would have been a really cool Game & Watch style contender for that game.
Yeah.
Remember that game, you guys?
Yeah, I actually played it the other night after playing a bunch of Smash Brothers.
Oh, yeah? Because
And-
it came out on PlayStation Plus?
Yeah, it's PlayStation Plus. But I very quickly went back to Smash Brothers.
I don't know why.
It's not as fun to knock somebody out with a special attack as
Did
it
you
is to
pinch your
knock them
nose
out
and
with a
say
thing.
PU too when you were done playing it?
Oh yeah,
made a-
I was just frowning the whole time at the Vita screen.
Not my cup of tea.
Oh, my.
Should we do one more level or move on to a CD?
Do a CD.
This rabbit's singing about my score to me.
Oh, my God, this is good.
Gosh, that's wonderful. And this is a Japanese only game.
Yeah.
No, it came out in Europe as well.
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
this
Okay.
is the European version. That's why it's in English.
There's also a clone of Vib-Ribbon called Russian Dancing Men that's now on iOS.
They also made a couple sequels to this game for PS2. I think they're different genres or a little bit different, but it'd be interesting to check those out. But let's jump to a CD.
Yeah, cool.
All right, what did you put in, Ben Hanson?
We have a bunch of video game soundtracks here because we don't want to get fined for using actual music, and video game music
What does
isn't
that
actual
mean?
music. And so I think we should go to track 3 on this, and we'll see if you guys can
You probably
recognize it.
select a single track.
Yeah,
I
single
think,
track
right?
up top.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. All right, let's try keep the current CD. Let's go to
All right.
3. All right,
Yep.
there we go.
Here we go.
This is going to be weird.
I'm ready.
So, did you say what soundtrack this is, Hanson,
No,
or is it a surprise?
Yeah, see if you can figure it out.
Okay.
Don't look over here.
It's really challenging so far, Hanson.
It's a good selection. Really good for.
I see
rhythm
something.
Oh boy,
Oh my gosh.
this is majestic.
game. Did it have something more upbeat on that CD, Hanson?
Oh no, it's all just depressing stuff.
Okay, good. This really does make her journey much more perilous.
It's a lonely trot across the world.
I could go get a death metal album out of my car. We could listen to some Slayer while she tries to change the context.
Okay.
Okay.
I wonder.
The melody is starting to come out here.
I wonder how smart the actual processing is.
Rabbit smart.
This really has a nice build.
Really? You guys don't recognize it?
Yeah, I can tell now. Yeah.
Do you recognize it, Kyle?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah. This is like, yeah. I mean, do you want me to say
Yeah,
it?
say it.
Yeah.
It's from Assassin's Creed.
There we go, Kyle.
Yeah.
This is the most recognizable Assassin's Creed
This is
track.
like credits music. Like, I feel like it shows up a lot.
It's Ezio's family's theme from Assassin's Creed 2, which is a soundtrack we had lying around.
I can tell you this might have been the last song I would have chose, but I wouldn't know it because I wouldn't have thought about it.
Yeah.
So
Well, what are you gonna do?
This is. Oh, it's weird. We're mirrored now, which we never had done before, right?
Is it throwing off your game, Tim?
That would confuse me.
there's not like a real discernible rhythm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you know how it goes.
Yeah, why did you pick this track, Hanson?
Because I thought it'd be recognizable compared to like, oh, here's some
Okay.
battle music from
All right,
Assassin's
all right.
Creed 1 and the other options we have.
Is there something with guitars in it?
All right, let's jump to that.
Is there a track called Guitars?
Yeah. See if you can recognize this memorable tune.
Is this another Hanson-y selection?
That's right. It's all I listen to at home.
Up, he's going. Going faster.
She is.
I don't remember that one. I don't remember what that one is.
The M?
Yeah.
Have we encountered that? Kyle, do
The
you have it in
button
your
you
notes?
never push.
Well, there's only 4 buttons. I think it's down.
There's 4 buttons, but there's combinations.
Oh, really? So it's
You're hurting the rabbit.
it's probably L and down, Tim.
You think so?
Yeah, because it looks like the one that you would press the L button for, combined with the one that you would press the L button for.
I love the idea of the health being represented by what form you're taking, like what animal.
I
Oh,
guess I'm
gosh.
wrong.
Whoa! What is that?
Couldn't tell you.
This is the theme from Black Ops 2. As you can tell by this visualization of the waves. Wow,
This is cool.
what a violent hellscape.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with those squiggle loop-de-loops.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like combinations of your button presses, but you're trying pressing both buttons and it's not working, right? Like that first one seems like it would be X and R.
I just don't know. I don't have enough
Yeah.
time to process how to respond to
wow.
it. But anyway, I mean, that's pretty cool.
It seemed pretty crazy, but it was
Yeah.
cool seeing the objects overlap like that.
You could
Vib-Ribbon
respawn on
doesn't-
your squad.
I think it might have been because I'm also on normal mode. So
Oh, that'll do.
Let's do one more track.
Oh, all right. Hang on.
don't you have a stack of CDs over there?
Yeah, we do, but they're all not that great. Let's see if there's an intense one.
Something that'll get us pumped up.
There's one called Suicide Ride.
Yeah, do that.
Sounds great.
All right, let's go on Suicide Ride, which is track 15. Oh, I'm sorry, 12.
Let me bump it down to. Can I bump it down to easy? Oh, maybe not.
Interesting.
Maybe with
15,
the
you said?
12.
maybe with these custom tracks, the difficulty's kind of set in place.
Hold on a second. Please don't play this CD. Play anything else. This is not in the spirit of the game. Sorry, we didn't have this game in mind. The soundtrack in mind when we developed this game.
Like black and white ops.
Doom, 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 doo, doo, doom,
Ben Hanson?
doom, doom.
High five, Cork.
Oh, what is that?
Don't know.
Whoa!
Oh gosh.
What is this?
I put down the controller. I do not know how to react
It's
to
definitely a
this.
suicide run.
Yeah, you could say that again, kid.
I got this one.
Oh my gosh.
This looks nuts.
It is cool to see that this gets pretty challenging, it looks like. I couldn't begin to tell you what I think you should do for, maybe it's that. Oh, okay. Because it's
So
squiggly.
Is it still just one
It's
button?
a
then?
squiggly pit, so...
Yeah, so it's got to be X and down, right?
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Things are picking
It's kind
up.
of hard for me to get my head around, though.
Come
when
on,
it's moving
Vib-Ri.
this
I mean,
quickly.
it's all your head is also a television.
That's...
It sounds like a Mummy soundtrack.
Yeah, welcome to Call of
Oh,
Duty.
just completely forgettable.
Yeah.
I could really go for a Mummy reboot, which I think
Wait,
they're
this
working
one's-
on.
I believe so.
Oh,
I
you know
started
what?
to get the hang of it, but
Wow.
oh, doing sit-ups.
I think that's enough of Call of Duty music. Let's move on to roulette. Whoa, single track. Ben Hanson, what is this?
This is a little gem that I saw as one of the worst reviewed games of all time. And so I ordered it off of Amazon because it is
it's an Animorphs game.
it is a love that I've had for a long time. Animorphs.
Single track or Animorphs?
Animorphs. And I've never really been able to convey it at Game Informer.
I love that was like title screen. No, loading screen. Just gives you a second.
All right, let's pay attention. Crank this, Reiner.
Since the dawn of time, I have observed every detail of the universe.
It's the X Galaxy from Star Fox.
Worms live in those rocks.
Wide, studying beings on worlds throughout the cosmos.
And I turned him into a bird.
You can do
And
it.
I glitched out.
My
You can do it.
attention has been drawn to a conflict on a small blue world known as
Oh, Earth.
So I was going to set up the lore of Animorphs, but this is going to do it for us.
I'd like to hear your version of it.
Okay.
invasion,
No.
Yes.
This is Wrath of
That
Khan?
happened in Star Trek.
Yeah.
turning them into helpless slaves.
I've never seen this animated. This is cool. I've only read the books.
Did you even watch the Nickelodeon show?
I tried watching it in college a little bit, but I didn't make it very far. I was pretty popular.
Oh, is that Centaur Man with us?
he's
An
blue.
alien Centaur Man?
His
That's just-
name, they're Andalites, Tim.
He works with just.
He works with Krypton crystals.
Yeah.
This thing's on the fritz. My crystal computer. Get away.
Whip it with my own tail.
Ah, my family.
Oh, but you had 4 legs to get out of there.
Did you try wiggling
Oh,
the shark?
cool.
Ultimate victory.
These are the Hork Badgers.
Hork badgers.
That's the Assassin's Creed Hawk.
That's Tobias.
Ben Hanson, is this really doing it for you?
That is, yeah, I love this. That's Marco. This is probably Rachel. Yeah, turn into the bear. Definitely Rachel. This is probably Jake. He's going to turn into a tiger.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Thank
man.
you. Wow. Thank you. This is Cassie Wolf. Yes. I didn't look this up ahead of time, I promise.
That was lucky.
Yes.
They all just start killing each other.
Yeah.
The Centaur's like
There's
a
that
friend of theirs?
asshole over there. He's like, hey,
Well, he's
I just look like this. Sorry.
that's my deal.
he's Axe. He's an alien that they found underwater in like this biome, like his ship crashed down there, and they had to swim down there to find him. And then they rescued him, and he said his name was very complicated. And they're like, we're just gonna call you Axe. And so like he took somebody's human form. So every once in a while he will transform into that if he has to like do like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing of like walking
Is that
around
hotel room?
society.
Sorry. He just said, do not disturb. It's so odd.
Yeah.
Did this start as a TV series or?
No.
Books.
No, it started as books.
It started as books that only one ever read because there was a flip, like book style thing by the
Really
in the
cool.
corner. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you can flip through it. You're going to want to be Cassie. She's the best transformer. She's a wolf. In
Now
the
they're
lore,
Transformers?
She was the most graceful at transforming. Marco's probably the most powerful with his gorilla form.
Now you're an otherkin, so wolf is like your animal, right? That's what you have that costume.
That's
that you
right.
wear?
Yeah, and I make it very clear.
Okay.
What's going on? Explain this part of the book.
Okay, this was book 4 in the caves when the guy with the bad posture came through. She looks more like the alien from Men in Black 1 than what I imagine Cassie would look like.
Sugar water.
Each their own. there's-
The way these things are blinking seem like they're about to disappear any second.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
looks like it.
That's just rotating, I guess.
What?
Awesome!
So you don't have.
It's totally,
Punches!
it's totally involuntary.
What do you mean? You're not controlling the transformation?
I didn't control that, and now it's gone.
You really made the most of it, though. So
Okay, so here's the setup for the books, just to really give you guys the
I
breakdown.
want to hear this.
Okay, so there's these aliens called Yerks. Those are things that climb into your ears. And it's basically like a thing-style thing where they can crawl into your ear and take over like your family or anybody you don't know who is one. And so they've been taking over Earth. And then I didn't learn that they were probably just ripping this off until later, but it's very Green Lantern, where this Andalite, which is the dumb centaur alien, came to Earth and gave 5 kids these powers by touching a cube. And with these powers, all they have to do is then touch an animal, and then they can transform into that animal. And so they're trying to combat this alien invasion by transforming into animals. But it had the coolest premise because it's a lot like Pokemon, where they would just travel around and try and catch and touch new animals. Like pretty early on, they transform into like garbage, like lizards and squirrels. That was a big one. And then eventually they're like, we need to actually get good. And so they go to a zoo and try and like sneak into the cages of these super dangerous animals so that they can touch them, so they can become these really powerful fighters.
And then get out of there before the animal also kills them.
That's right. Yeah. So it's a really cool premise. I really like it a lot. And they can only stay.
It's a cool idea of just like, hey, if you want to be strong, there's a lot of risk involved.
Right.
And it'll pay off.
Right. And then just the weird collection angle. But it gets more fun when.
Couldn't they just tranquilize the animals first?
Cool.
Yeah, I think they might have done that at some point, actually, yeah. But it's interesting because it also has the opposite effect for the Yerks, because they're the slugs. So they can also take over creatures, but they do it in kind of an aggressive way and actually take over the creature instead of just cloning it, which is what the Animorphs do. And so the Yerks have traveled the galaxy, and so when they come to Earth, they're able to take the form of all these awesome, crazy warrior aliens. So to try and combat that is very difficult. Especially when you're just a wolf.
You just stand there. It doesn't look. So how's it platforming? Because it doesn't look like atrocious.
It's just boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not flawed. It's just designed
It's just
poorly.
completely uninspired. But
Yeah.
but
This doesn't look biodegradable.
Whoa.
this doesn't look biodegradable.
Yeah.
She said.
Which is all I think about when I'm on a raft.
She's super like.
You should touch that thing.
You're fine. It switched to 3D or something.
What?
Wait, hold on a second. Can I go back? No. Okay, here's what I think happened. I think it was switching to a different perspective of gameplay. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
He just didn't tell you.
It just didn't. There was no indication.
There's
Dark Souls.
no reason you shouldn't jump in that water and touch that fish and then become that fish.
Single Track is the same studio that made Warhawk, Twisted Metal 2, Jet.
No kidding.
Yeah, they were a hell of a studio.
Wow. On a high note.
They fell out. They fell down so from so high.
This is the last game they made. It came out on September 6th, 2000.
Wow, what a late release. I love the idea of a punching wolf. That's so stupid.
It's a SWAT.
But how cool would this game be if it was, I mean, this is ambitious, but hear me out. If it was like an open world and you just had to go around, and it was like Pokemon, and you just had to find other animals that you could touch to transform into to fight like this alien invasion.
It's kind of like Space Station Silicon Valley.
Cubivore.
Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah, it's totally like Silicon Valley.
Yeah, but that would be a cool concept if done right.
Yeah.
So did the book series have like an end?
Yeah, they did.
So did you read them all? Like
No, I trailed off at a certain point because they started doing all these side stories, and there was one where they went back in time and then could touch dinosaurs and become dinosaurs, and that was exactly what I was interested in. But it just got a little bit confusing, and then they started this whole Hork-Bajir side chronicles that wasn't that great. But there's a really interesting Reddit Ask Me Anything with K.A. Applegate, who's the author, where she just talks about what it was actually like to write these things and how many ghostwriters she hired.
oh sure.
Can you touch a ghost and become a ghost animal?
Something very close. So there's a limit to your transformation where you can only transform for 2 hours at a time, or else you're stuck as that animal forever. And so this one guy named Tobias really fell in love in a creepy way with red-tailed hawks, and he was always flying around in his hawk form. And one time he just messed up, or he was imprisoned or something, I forget. And he was stuck as a hawk for over 2 hours.
His little
and so
watch
then-
fell off.
Yeah, so then he was forever a hawk, but they pulled the dopiest move ever, which is he had a dream, and in his dream he touched his human self. And so then he could become human again for 2 hours, which is a huge cop-out.
Yeah.
I should point out there are 54 books in this series.
Wow.
That isn't counting the companion stories.
That's insane.
The series ran from June 1996 all the way until May 2001.
I mean, these.
Whoa! And there's 4, no, maybe 6 companion stories.
I mean, I think I sort of instinctively have distanced myself a little from it because Ben's weirdly into it. But I mean, this was a mainstay for me in like when the Scholastic Book Fair thing would come through, and I would order books in class, and like I would go for Animorphs, and I would do the flip books, and I read a couple of them, and I'm like, this is okay.
I was more of a Goosebumps guy. I read a ton
Sure.
of Goosebumps, but I never. Although I was fully aware of Animorphs and had friends that read Animorphs, I never read it.
They were really collectible. Was the
Yeah.
weird thing. I had so many
Oh,
Goosebumps,
yeah.
and I read
I
just like
still
the
have
Monster
most
Blood
of my
ones.
Goosebumps books sitting around.
I love the idea of Monster Blood constantly expanding, and they try and keep it in the cooler for a while.
It's the Blob.
Yeah.
We should play a Goosebumps book game. Like next
Let's play
week.
that book.
Let's
It's
play
called
what it-
reading, but I mean,
No, let's play one of those choose your own adventure books, which they totally made for
Oh,
Goosebumps.
I read those. That was one
Yeah?
about time travel because I've always been into time travel. So
there
I was
we
into
go.
That one.
Is there a book series today that is similar to Animorphs or Goosebumps?
Goosebumps is still going.
I'm sure they
I
do.
feel like R.L. Stein started a new series or something, and there's a Goosebumps movie coming out with Jack Black.
Yeah, where he plays R.L. Stein.
Is that really what
Oh,
it is?
interesting.
And it's I think it's going to be like a Seinfeld style thing where it's going to be him getting the inspiration for the books.
Okay.
Woof, this looks rough. Oh, God.
Well, I don't know what I'm doing.
I believe in you, Tim.
Swap more.
I read a bunch of these books because they had at this elementary school near our house
Uh-huh.
where you could do a thing where you meet once a week with a kid and read with them.
And you did that?
And the kid was really into this, the Animorphs books.
Uh-huh.
But I did it with the same kid for almost 3 years, and he probably said a dozen words to me. You could tell whenever I'd show up, he was just like, "Oh, this asshole."
Really?
So he would just sit there and read Animorphs, and then when it was done, he would just silently shuffle off back into the classroom. So I've read a bunch of these books. It was
You guys just
I just
silently,
associate it with
read
just
them together,
awkward-
or did you read them out loud?
I read them out loud.
Just sitting there silently reading.
That kid sucked.
Cork,
I mean,
I have bad news for you.
I hope
what's
you-
that?
I was that kid.
Ah!
You just don't remember. These look delicious. They're little carrots.
So they went from Twisted Metal to this
I suspect this isn't this. These aren't the
in
same
between.
people.
Okay.
Oh, doing
Yeah, they did Jet Moto. They were on fire on PS1.
this. I mean,
and then
Sweet
that
Tooth's-
fire went out.
They shut down after PS1.
Sweet Tooth's head is on fire.
Tim, we're going to call it a day after you make this jump.
This reminds me of some Overblood 2 style platforming. Oh gosh, I think that's a Hork Bajar. I think.
Yeah.
Bajar.
Pork Bajar! Get
Cork-
out of here!
Cork Badger.
Cork Bajar.
Come on, eat that thing.
Swat.
This music is great. Oh.
All right, that's the end of this episode. Thanks, Ben Hanson, for showing us this.
I still have a lot more to say. If anybody wants to call me up, my phone number is.
All right, see you next time, everyone.
So what's Vib-Ribbon's endgame? What do you think she's trying to accomplish here?
She's running away from the truth of her dead family.